give everybody a chance to get in. This is a live broadcast, so feel free to fast forward over the friendly stuff. We'll wait for a little bit for everybody to get in, or for anybody to get in. You know how that goes. Rosemary is my voice moderator today.
Hello.
Rosemary Morris, I might add. Check out her channel. She's got lots of fun stuff going on to make you happy. Stay home. Those of us who have studios don't think anything about it because we're already self-quarantined. Excuse me, and that's not a sick cough. I really wanted to stay in and watch the TV this afternoon, but it made me get out. Well, I mean, out 10 feet away to my studio. So this is the painting I did on with casein.
Oh, that is cool.
Which is a milk-based product. Ancient technique.
Wow.
And it smells wonderful. It smells kind of like a men's barbershop. So anyway, just something I've wanted to try forever. And Jack Richardson Company is the only manufacturer of tube casein. Lots of folks sell the emulsion where you can make your own. But and they also have competitions, and they were going to have a casein competition. I guess the way they figured to get people to enter was to offer them a full set of the casein paints. So I said, okay. That's all I know about that. We may not have anybody today. I don't know.
Well, you came on at a different time, so and sometimes I don't get notifications for a lot of people like 10 minutes later.
I know. Well, this 4 o'clock is my usual time.
Okay.
Yeah, I started bumping it up to around 3:30 or so when there was daylight savings time. I don't know why that made any difference, but it made a difference to me. So. All right.
I'm going to work on my my Asian journals from my kit. I'm going to put them for sale. I make my samples and then I put them up.
I wonder why your thing was making a loud noise like mine have from time to time.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why.
Maybe I need to put the volume down. Let me see.
Hi, Nancy. Joycey. Hey, guys. You're not showing up in our StreamYard chat yet. Huh. Okay. Well, I got you on YouTube. So hi. Oh, there you go. There you are. It's working. Yeah, Rosemary's going to help today because we all know that I forget to talk from time to time. Let me put my lipstick on. That's a joke. That's a joke. It's just tinted chapstick is about all it is. And that's not it. Have y'all been enjoying staying in?
Oh, cool, Nancy. Then it must be out. I lose track of people.
Ordered my. I know. I can't believe Rosemary's capable of doing all that. I'd be bored after the first one and then go.
Oh, that's right. I've got yours right here. I just printed everybody's labels out. They'll go out tomorrow. There you go.
I've got several things I want to do today. Here's how the casein turned out. It's real kind of chunky and old worldy looking, which as y'all know me, I always like everything smooth and perfect. And this is not, but it turned out really good, and I really, really do like this medium. So the next thing that I've got to do is plan my painting for this competition for Jack Richardson Company, which I won't bore you with all that because believe me, it is a process. So let's see what else I've got today. I'm going to start with something that's new, not new. Now, Rosemary uses fun foam for this. And I'm going to use, this is plastic, like styrofoam sheets. It's a school supply scratch foam board. I got 48 sheets for maybe $24. It's on my Amazon store. See if I can. Can't remember what it's called. My brain's not going to mush. Oh, that should be easy. Don't laugh at me. I promise I'm okay. All right. Anyway, this is an old school, as in elementary school art project thing. And I saw Jane Davies doing it. She's a real artist on, that's a joke too. She's a print specialist, collage specialist. And let's see, I haven't filed those photos yet. So last night I sat and did, or yesterday, I did a ton of research on wood blocks and patterns. And then I got my my samples of the Indian fabrics and stuff. Come on. Because I thought, you know what? Why not go to the source to get something pretty to use for this process? So that's what I did. And I'm kind of thinking I'm going to start with something simple like that. It would be easier than having to draw. I could do both. I sure could. I could do a paisley in the middle. Let's see. I photographed these at night sitting in my chair, so they're kind of wonky. I don't want to do anything that requires a lot of measuring or freehand. You know, almost doodles would work. Or not almost, but okay. What am I going to do? I've got some tools. These are, I've lost one somewhere between here and the living room. I'm going to use this this medium set. And that gives me a larger one on one end and a smaller one on the other. Let's get something here, and we're just going to score this. Just like that. There. And I'm not real sure how hard you go. So it's not very thick. So you don't want to cut through it. Okay, now let's go back and find that little picture. Okay, so it's a direct 45-degree angle. So if we go an inch apart, let's go an inch and a half. And then an inch and a half. Eyeball. Y'all can visit. Yeah, oh, I guess I'm talking. Huh? Yeah, I got a little bit heavy right there. But this is, you can use fun foam. I'm not sure which one is cheaper. I think this is about 50 cents a sheet. How much is yours, Rosemary? The fun foam? Uh-oh.
Sorry, I had muted because I was making noise here with my paper. I don't know. I bought a large quantity. It came like in a pack, and I honestly don't remember what I paid because, of course, I used my coupon and got it 40% off. So now I don't even know what it costs. It's been a while.
Yeah. Well, this is similar. I don't know what I'm umming about. I don't even know if there would be any real difference. The only difference well, there you go, you thought of one, is that the ink off of this styrofoam plate is going to act a little bit more like a traditional print, rather than fun foam, because it's a little more absorbent. It's just got a different
Texture.
Yeah. That's what I do when I'm lazing around in my cozy chair, is I do research.
Mm-hmm.
And save stuff that I might want to look at later. Like this morning, I was researching frescoes. I want to do for this casein, I'll get it right sometime. I want to do face of a woman, because y'all know I'm into faces. And make it look like it's on one of the walls in Pompeii or one of those antique sites, the archaeological things. Because that gave me that texture is what made me think about it. This is not going to be perfect. I was even all set up to do this in front of the TV. We watched a series yesterday. We'd watched a few of them, and then we finished it yesterday. The Hunt, that's the one that's gotten so much criticism for being inaccurate to the Jews. But it was an awesome series. Al Pacino deserves an Academy for that performance. You could not tell it was him. Okay, now I kind of got this kind of like that. Kind of off on that center one up there. Here we go. It'd help if you kept it up on the table. Okay, 1/2. Y'all can't see it, but I'm eyeballing to the previous line. It's pretty easy to do when and it's lining up good. Okay, we're good. I would claim we were, even if we weren't. Now, I was telling somebody the other day about, they were bitching and moaning about cabin fever, and I said, well, that's why you need a hobby. Going out at night and drinking wine in the local wine bars is not a hobby. But poor Randy, it's his social life getting out. So he'll get out, but be safe with it. Besides that, somebody's got to keep the food in the house. Are we filming? Rosie?
What's that?
Are we filming?
What do you mean, are we filming?
I thought maybe
No, we're on.
okay. I thought maybe everybody's so quiet. I thought
Everybody's quiet, and I'm trying to be quiet.
you don't have to be quiet.
Well, because I'm rustling paper.
Oh, well.
Tell me if it gets loud, then I'll mute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Russell.
I'm tearing and gluing.
Y'all tell if it bothers you, or put it in writing. You know, hello. I think I need to get out more. I just wonder if we're safe getting together.
Where?
At your
house. Real?
At your house. Where else?
It depends if you're sick.
I'm not sick.
Well, I think the scary part for a lot of people, in general, is that you can have it and not have any symptoms, and then you go and the person that gets it might get it bad. You know what I mean?
Okay. See?
I'm tearing.
No, that's not bad at all.
Okay.
I'm going to go to my pictures. No, I'm not. I need to quit doing that. I can go here. Too many choices. Okay, leave that alone. I'll go up here and look at my pattern. Well, I finished the face last Friday, and or Saturday. I thought I was filming it so I could just put it up without being live, because those require a little bit of thinking when you get to the final stage of. And got all done and clicked the button. I had never clicked it to start with, so.
Oh my goodness.
There you go. Okay, there's my little pattern. My pattern. Okay, so the inside areas are the ones that will be exposed. And there's a border around it, which I'm not going to worry about a border because this will be used as portions anyway. So what I will have, though, is my circle in a 4. So it's a pretty good size circle. A little bigger than that. A little bigger than that. Sauce. There it is. Close enough.
And what was the original picture?
Here. So let's see if I can.
Oh, cool.
Isn't that cool?
That's beautiful.
You've got a whole batch of this sorry stuff too.
Yeah, I do. You probably took the picture at my house.
No, I didn't. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to put this circle right here. Like I said, it does not have to be perfect.
You'd have laughed at me the other night, Vicki. I was showing how to do origami when I hadn't done it in over a year. So you know how that went. I'm there right in the, it's alive, right? I'm right in the middle of it. What do I do next?
In my quest to try every art form that there is known to man, I tried origami. Origami didn't like me.
I can just do the simple stuff. I can't do anything like real elaborate.
I can't remember all the steps because I'm not paying attention.
Right.
And I just found one that was kind of a good size in the middle. And this sort of stuff isn't my thing either because I don't take enough patience with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can sit for 3 hours and work on a face. And that is so off, but it doesn't matter.
I had to take a break after I did Frida's face.
I bet. Good Lord.
Still don't know how I did that one.
I bet you can't redo it.
Probably not.
I'm just going to use that. It does not have to be. It just helps to have a picture of some sort to look at, kind of follow.
Mm-hmm.
Does not mean you have to slavishly follow it. We're not into doing museum quality. Yeah, we're not into doing artifact copies.
Yeah, inspiration.
And now, we skip one, we put one there. No, wait. We've got one row empty. So that would be here. And so the next one goes here. All right, I'm going to have to think. So there's the bottom. Okay, so it shifts up one. So instead of being here, it would be here.
I can already tell it's too much mathing for me.
Well, it doesn't matter until you do the third one. So all you got to do is match what you did. And again, this is similar to rubber stamping. I did use that one, didn't I? I mean, you're cutting something to make an impression of.
Yep.
Now this is the same thing you do with rubber stamping, but easier and less messy.
Cheaper.
Yeah, I guess I use that plumber's stuff.
Oh yeah.
Plumber's gasket.
Mm-hmm. I have some somewhere. I've used that
It works just fine.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody coming in. Rosemary is moderating for us. Okay, so it would be this one and that one. Clear. Yeah. Nope. Yep. Here. Yeah, that one's empty. And that doesn't match this. Okay. So it's in the same row. Skip one. So I think that makes it right up here. So this one would be in the same row down here. I can just say the hell with it and do one. I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do. I'm going to put another, I just want a few more of them. So, like I said, it's just have a plan and follow it and then stop it. if I put one. I'm just going to put it right here. Anything will work for this part. You can use a ballpoint pen as a tool. But I already had these. Of course you did. Actually, I'm not even in the realm of who has the most toys anymore.
When did that happen?
There's some people I follow that the minute somebody uses a new tool, they've got it. New book, they've got it. It's coming to Amazon. They get on Amazon at the same time.
Oh, wow.
It took an army to get my mom and dad to stay in, or not my dad. He's like me. Or I'm like him. As long as we have somebody to get out for us and prepare our meals, we're good. But anyway, to make them stay in the house. And mom is like Randy. That's her social life, is getting out and talking to everybody at the cashier's counter at the grocery store. And I told her, I said, now be sure and wash your hands when you come in. We're self-quarantined. But she said, oh, I couldn't do that. I'll just tell them when they come in. And I said, no, you won't. Put a sign on the door. Because there are places like the New York subway. I mean, the doors revolving all the time. No, make them do it. Don't ask me to repeat this pattern anywhere. Watch me get faster. That's not what I'm supposed to do. You're supposed to enjoy it.
Yeah, slow down.
Nobody's going to take it away from you. You're not taking the SATs, thank God.
Pretend you're savoring your favorite wine or chocolate or whatever it is.
The book I wrote when I was in France is Mélanger avec amour. And that means stir with love. Okay, that's good. Good enough for who it's for. That's a pretty good mantra if you think about it. If you're doing something you don't want to do, like laundry, then stir with love. Remind yourself to enjoy the process.
Yep.
Because there are some people that can't do that. I'm getting a clay tool. I know you're up there.
It's some kind of a foam board, I believe, right?
Yes. It's just a foam plate for printing, like monoprinting. And I put the link in the store. Fun foam will get you a very similar result. It's really thin, but this would end up working like the plates that they're doing that are like stamps, and you just put it down and make a print and pull it up. Well, that's what this would take the place of.
Like a texture plate.
Tools. I have tools.
Tools.
I want something to flatten. This would make some pretty. I love wood. There's a good one. Okay, so now what do we have? So the inside of the squares, okay, those are double lines. I should have done that before. So here we go. We're gonna cheat. Remember, ballpoint pen will work great. So what month are you on with the kits, Rosie?
I just put up the funky fish. Have you seen the funky fish?
I haven't seen it. I saw when it came on, but
What month are we in?
how many months have, oh, whoops, don't talk.
We're in March. So that's technically the April kit because I'll be doing the tutorials in April. So when I do the tutorials, that's what month I call the kit, even though it goes out the month before.
Oh, okay. So is that 4?
Is it? No, because January's, oh, I don't even know. We did the old book that we sent out. That was the first month. And then we did Frida. And then, oh yeah, then we did the Asian one. And now the ones I'm sending out are the funky fish. Yeah, 4. I even forgot what number we were on.
I am completely messing this up, but it's okay.
It's okay. We're having fun.
We'll only use pieces of it at a time. Use it like a jelly plate.
Yeah, those trays that you're the vegetable trays and the meat trays, I've used those too.
Are they 9 by 12-ish? I thought they might be a little bit smaller.
Yeah, for smaller stuff, I've used the different sizes. If you get the one that has those, 100 leg thighs, it's pretty big.
These you just ask the butcher. Well, we don't have butchers anymore.
Oh, trust me, my husband loves his chicken thighs. I'll make that whole big thing at one time in the oven with all kinds of vegetables and stuff. And he doesn't care. He'll nurse that for days.
We're going to make a pretty pattern.
We know you will.
It was Jane Davies that was using one of these. She's got some interesting short videos, not these long behemoths that I tend to do. Actually, I'm not that bad anymore.
Oh, mine are long. I've stopped making regular videos. I just do the live and I tell people if you don't like them, just don't watch them. It's more for the people that are there live anyway, as opposed to who comes back to watch them, because I would never sit and watch, a 2-hour live of somebody's, because I think the whole fun of it is being there with the other people,
Yeah, that's the social part.
Yeah. So, I mean, half the time in my streams, half the time people don't even know what I'm doing because they're so busy talking to themselves. And that's okay. It's like inviting people to your home for a party. You don't have to, have your nose into everybody's conversation
the
whole time, Because sometimes I'll look up and I go, what the heck are they talking about? That has nothing to do with what I'm showing them.
Well, say what you will, but we've got a good network for times like these.
Oh, yeah.
It's better than when traveling to the next farm for the weekend was all you had.
Mm-hmm.
Help raise a barn.
If you could get some gas, right?
Yeah. I don't think you need gas for your buggy. Well,
That far back.
your horse needs gas.
I'm thinking, I don't know why in my mind I was thinking of the 30s and the Depression. I don't know. My mind went there. I have no idea why.
Now, since I've got vertical lines running through these circles anyway, and this one I didn't quit in time, what I'm going to do is just put the vertical lines through every set of circles, and then we will be exact.
Wow.
Exact.
I'm jealous already.
I know how to cover up. Let's see, what can I call it? Diversions from the original plan.
Yeah.
Like you stop at a gas station in the old days and say, "How do I get to Dallas?" "Oh, you can't get to Dallas from here."
Yeah.
I bet I can. We got a pretty Argyle anyway. Nothing new under the sun. Some Chinese priest probably did these 6,000 years ago, and they were holy. Who knows? I doubt it was on plastic though. You never know. They invented everything else. Okay. Problem solved. Crooked lines and all.
Yay.
Got one more.
Rabbit trails, exactly. We all go down those trails.
I know. Like I said, the research is just a place to start. Oops, where did you go? Okay, now every intersection has a, I'm going to make it a flat spot. I'm just going to fill in. I'm going to try this. Rosemary and I talked about it one day. I said, couldn't you just, I think it was on Frida, because that was so complicated. She was cutting pieces out and pasting them.
But it's weird. For me, that seemed easier than, you know, crossing it all out. And you know what I'm saying? Just in my head. I don't know why.
Well, it probably was, because you got to think harder here.
Yeah.
So I depressed that.
Yeah. Remember my dyslexia. It would be like driving me crazy. Is it going to be up? Is it going to be down? Because everything's backwards for me. So it would have made me nuts. More nuts than I am.
I have trouble with stencils, seeing them backwards. I don't know why. It's just something that I just can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so coloring in every little diamond. And if you go through to the back, it's no big deal, because that piece we don't want to print anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So cut through all the way, it doesn't matter. Slow down, princess. I act like I'm on a time clock. Enjoy how it feels.
Enjoy the process.
Y'all know little Minnie, right? The little one that got sick.
Mm-mm.
They were on their walk one, I don't know, I think it was last Saturday, and there was a garage sale. And Randy always stops and says howdy do and sees if there's anything he can't live without. Well, Minnie found overlaying on a mat, like a doormat thing,
Mm-hmm.
few little stuffed animals.
Uh-oh.
And she went through all of them, looked at them, turned them over, and she picked a frog. And Randy said, "Is that the one you want? You can't live without it?" And she looked at him like, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, I guess we can get it." put it down until I pay for it. And she put it down. And he went over and he had 14 cents in his pocket that he'd found on the street. He offered it to the lady. She said, I'll take 14 cents. And Randy looked at me and he said, okay, it's yours. And she picked it up and he said, trotted out of there with her head held high and carried the dog a mile home.
Oh, how adorable.
And it's her. I mean, it's hers. The other two don't bother it. We named him Google. I just think that's amazing that they are that smart.
Mm-hmm.
One out of a group. And then the night he told her, he said, you better go get Google so we can go to bed. And of all the animals in there in the floor, she came back with Google. It's kind of tending to come back up a little. You know, like bubble back up.
Right.
I have this idea from my casing. See, I said it right that time.
Hello to Violet.
Do what?
Say hello to Violet.
Hi, Violet. Hey, Beck. Yeah, Beck, and the wood blocks that the Indians do. I can't get to mine. The red dot that's probably bad, isn't it?
What?
Red dot Indian as opposed to a woohoo Indian.
You
know, American Indian.
Right.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they carve that wood, and I mean, it's intricate. I tried it once with a stamp block, and it was the wrong kind of wood. I even dremeled that wood, and I couldn't get it to do much.
Poplar is a soft wood. If you can get a hold of some of that.
I don't know what they use in India. I think I've read it. It's from some kind of a goomba tree or something. Because it has to be for those wood blocks to last for centuries.
Mm-hmm. Most of your gilded frames are made out of poplar.
And I heard someone mention Canadian cherry. I don't, that's all I know about that.
Yeah.
But if this kind of gives you the same result, then I'm not going to carve wood blocks.
Yeah, save the fingers. Save the fingers. That was my Julia Child impression.
Oh, okay.
Remember when she would always say, save the liver.
I hear your baby's barking.
Yeah, my windows are shut, and he's out there trying to get a squirrel out of a bush in the other yard next door.
Squirrel's looking at him going,
that's right. He's cussing at him.
The wrong tree, buddy.
But unfortunately, my dogs usually get the last laugh. They end up catching them, so we'll see.
I'm going to decide what to do about the ones in the middle of the circles. Oh. Now, these are also the kind of plates that you're better off putting the paper on top of and rubbing them that way rather than a stamp, putting the stamp on top of the paper. I don't know why that is. I bailed on art school the first week. We had to go outside and draw a tree, and I drew a tree, and the instructor said, I meant for you to draw what you thought a tree was. And that was just a little too much for my brain. So, and I was also in the piano program, and that required 4 to 5 hours a day of practice. And I thought, I've done that for 16 years. I think I'm done with that too. Can't believe I used to be a classical pianist and can't remember the notes now.
Oh my goodness.
It's a mechanical skill, just like everything else.
So that means it'll come back to you if you sat in front of it long enough.
Probably. I was doing it with Sarah as she learned.
I would think it'd be like typing. You know, you think you forget, but then you sit in the typewriter and boom, there you go.
Yeah, I'm sure it would have just taken some focus. What's that you're doing now?
Me?
Yeah.
Gluing. That's all I do. I'm working on an insert that's going into a mixed media journal.
Okay, we got all the little diamonds.
Say what?
We got the little diamonds in the middles.
Cool.
So this is not sticky uppy. I mean, what I'm following is everything is sticking up. So I'm trying to decide what I want to be unpainted. I think I said that right. So I'm going to thicken this line like we do in.
And in your position, she took 6 years, and she can't play anymore either.
Who?
And me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it just happens.
So that means I could go to a party and sit at a piano and go, "Oh my goodness, people! I used to be a classical pianist, but I just can't do it anymore."
Yeah, if you went to parties.
And then they'd think, "Oh wow, man, she was good,
a creative, an artist."
Oh, I wish I could do it for you guys, but I just can't anymore. Just not in me. I might be full of it, but it's not in me. Okay, one down, one to go.
And we'll see now what I did. I just found something that looked a little interesting and riffed on it like it was, and then I made it, I hate that phrase, made it my own.
And why don't you like that? Would you rather say you copied it?
Well, that's truthful. Made it my own is not enough for copyright. I hate to tell people. But these are old textiles, and that I don't worry about that. Especially not for journal work. I don't worry about that. When I use something to paint with. Oh, I was going to tell you about my idea for my show entry.
Have you done it or not yet?
No, not yet. Last Friday was just the first time I used the material.
Oh. I got the time frame confused.
But since I was working with frescoes and stuff like that, I thought, I don't know why I was working with her. Oh, because of the way the paint looked on her. Where did she go? For y'all that didn't see her. Let me see if I can get it. See how chunky that is, and kind of looks like it could be crumbling plaster.
Yes, very cool.
That's what the frescoes look like in real life.
Yeah.
Because they painted them with, let's see, it's called fresco if it's painted into wet plaster, and it's called tempera if it's painted on dry plaster. There's your history lesson for the day.
There you go. I like dry plaster.
Now, I said this was like doodling. I could take any of my doodle designs and duplicate them, but I did the same thing on those. You start with a couple of lines and build on it. Go from big space to little space and fill them in. This tool is working great. It's a basswood tool for carving. I mean, for, clay.
Excellent.
Which I love, by the way. Now remember, the uppies are the part that will print.
The uppies.
And I'm just thickening the lines rather than drawing another line to fill in. Yeah, I want to make it look like a ring.
Mm-hmm.
And before y'all got on, or before I got on live, I took this coffee that was developing a real nice skin. I think it is mold. Sitting here on my desk, and I thought, okay, I'll just splash that on some papers. And so I took some tissue paper, wadded it up in a ball, and soaked it a la Robyn.
Mm-hmm.
And she leaves it wadded.
Mm-hmm.
You've probably done that before.
Yeah.
And so I've got that hanging up here beside me. And then I did some pages in the Dean Wakely journal with the one with the burlap and
Yeah.
canvas and all that. I went over some distress oxide pages with coffee and my ancient woad watercolor.
Mm.
And it's interesting how the those wet colors make the distress do things.
Oh, I bet. I did a test foil the other night, and what I did is I just threw a bunch of papers together of all different kinds, threw them in, and then I boiled it in indigo. I wanted to see what it would do, and I threw some rusty stuff in there. Oh, I love how every single page came out. It was so cool because I'm trying to the ladies want, gritty stuff to do a journal, a kit. So I'm playing around to see what I can do, and then maybe just wrap everything up, boil it, take it out, throw it in a bag, and mail it to them. And they get to go home and, throw it outside, dry it, open it up, and do all the fun stuff, the
So,
unveiling.
what am I doing here? Pay attention. I'm going this way. Oh, I know, I'm going the other way around. I want to make that line a little bit sharper because the line that I incised first was a little cleaner than the line where I just made it bigger. So I'm going back around that to make a cleaner line there, a demarcation line. That sounded important.
It is.
Yeah, that helps that. Why do you have to think about it every time you do it? It's this way. Right? What are the rest of y'all working on today? Did you do that? Don't you always want to say, answer me, damn it. I ask you a question, then you realize that you can't. I called on you.
So is the wedding still on? Have you heard from Shannon?
She did a YouTube post the other night, and they're still assuming that it will be.
Okay.
But who knows?
I
That's
know.
like Robin's having another live workshop in Tucson, but it's in April 10th, and I just don't think it's going to happen.
Well, Arizona hasn't really put on the restrictions that other states, I mean, as far as, being dictated what to do.
2 weeks, a lot can happen. Anyway, I don't need to go. That's a want to thing.
Right. Now the wedding, that's another thing though, right?
Yeah. Well, it's just going to be a small group, so she says she hopes the venue will stay open for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said, God, what's her name? It just slipped my mind.
Who?
Shannon's daughter. Taylor?
Oh, I always forget.
Yeah. That she was born at the end of the Gulf War, and she's getting married during the coronavirus. So she's absolutely positively sure that that her her first baby will be born during the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, as she does. She's so funny.
Oh yeah, Miss Drama.
I've missed her lives.
Yeah.
All right. Now we've got that done. All the outer circles are okay. So now let's do this inner circle right here. Compress that.
Now remember, you asked the crowd there what they're up to. They're
Oh, okay. Nancy's making a zine. Joycey, when you get done, will you come help me? See, I tried stencils and protectors, and I ended up with more out of the protectors than I did in. So I went with the plastic hook method, and I do good to get them put up even with that.
I do pile them in a box on top of each other method.
Well, a system is only as good as how you use it, if you'll use it.
Mm-hmm. And I know myself, so why fight it?
I intended to do this part in the other room, but oh, you're not on that part.
Do what?
I intended to do this carving part in the other room. Right? Yeah, this is something I can do sitting in my famous chair. When I'm famous someday, they'll have that chair in the showroom.
Like Archie Bunkers?
And this is where the artist painted La Mona Lisa. I can do anything in there. I got my little paint box, and I can paint oils. I've done that before.
I can't do stuff unless I'm at the desk. At the table. I got a hold of some really cool railroad ephemera from the turn of the century.
Ooh.
So that, because the ladies were saying they wanted maybe some little kit with some masculine stuff like coming around for Father's Day.
Uh-huh.
So
I'll take pictures of some of the best stuff.
But yeah, that'll be a cool idea. So it's going to be like, I don't know, not really steampunk, but steampunk-ish.
Yeah,
We
you
want it to be around. The theme is going to be like authors and inventors of turn of the century,
uh-huh.
and
That's cool.
and so of course this kind of stuff that was being invented then, you know, was really futuristic, and just around the time of the industrial age.
I went a couple of Leonardo's drawings of the
Oh, I love all those.
hot air balloons and the,
Oh, I love that.
all right. Now let's look back at our picture and see if there's anything we can pull. Nope. So if I want to do something else, remember our doodles, doodle doodle. I'm going to use one of these smaller tools. And I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to draw straight lines, just like I would with an ink pen, one of those microns. And when doing something like this, if you have a mind like mine where you get bored, make sure you do all these first, every one of them, because you never know at what point that brain's going to say, I'm bored with that, I'm quitting. So at least that way you've got it to everything up to the same level. So I'm not going to cross this one at this point. I'm just going to pick another one somewhere and do it again. Anyway, I started talking about this. The painting idea came from this little girl that I just did. And it's a casein competition, so I have to use the product. And I'm going to paint it as if it were a fresco. An antique crumbling, falling off the wall plaster. Which also brings into play Robyn's old walls. Put the links in the video below with everybody that's in Robyn's design team. Hashtag Robyn's Jelly Team. It's me, Patti, Tolley, Parrish, Rachel Bellamy, who's just intensely creative, and Archaeology, who did a book design Sunday, I think, that was amazing. There's that and that. Let's do. I'm not even trying to figure out a pattern here. I just know I don't want to do every one. I'll do one more. Right? Now we need. Aunt Beck, how's your weather? Are you a quilter, Tracy? I tried that once. I did not enjoy it. I was doing it by hand. But I enjoyed French hand sewing. Go figure. All right. And we got some of those.
Can you do tatty?
I tried it for about 5 minutes once. No,
That looks like the hardest thing to do.
it is extremely difficult.
I can barely put a knot at the end of the string just so.
I used to be able to do that one-handed. But, you know, I've lost my ability to see the needle easily.
Mm,
And so that,
that's not helpful.
no. And I spent 10 years doing needle crafts and or more.
So when you get involved in a new craft, do you kind of like leave all the rest behind and then just get absorbed with the new
Pretty much.
hand?
Pretty much. But if I were to focus on the new one, the casein, it's so similar to watercolor and gouache that I would probably work with those at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And pastels is another because I have to move some things to get to the pastel easel.
Mm-hmm.
Not much, but I have to move a little bit. So once I'm over there, I don't really want to quit. It's harder to film over there because I've got to have my camera shooting over my shoulder like it was on my glasses.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I'm making sense of missed one. You missed one, didn't you, Missy?
I'm getting hungry.
There's some, I'm sure there's some salsa and stuff in your kitchen.
I bet there's not.
Okay, I've got 2 more to do with that. Here's the other one. I'll show you what I'm doing here in just a minute because I'm sure you can't see it. You did it on the wrong one.
Actually, it's showing up pretty good.
Good. Okay, so where I went over the circles and I hadn't intended to, I went in there with just some straight lines, like doodle lines. Okay, now I'm going to come back in on some of these again. I'm still just adding to. I'm going to draw a diamond shape to mimic that, and then I'm going to push it down. This stuff is fairly forgiving. I thought maybe it would go all the way through easier,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't. Okay, so there's one. Let's do. Okay, we're about ready to print. You guys that are listening and not watching, you may want to watch this travesty.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What are we going to do?
We're going to print it.
Woohoo!
I tried pottery and throwing pots and clay. I like the throwing part and the making part, but I didn't like the 2-week delay. Hey, Nikki.
Mm.
This is, let me show you the package again. This is from elementary school projects. It's called scratch foam board. It's basically what the styrofoam board that meats and chickens and stuff come from. This is 9 by 12. It's about 50 cents a sheet for 9 by 12. And I put the link on my Amazon page, which is above in the chat. Same thing, same concept as stamp carving, print making. I mean, I could use this on my jelly plate too. All right. I'm going to go put this right there. Don't fall over. Ooh, what are we going to do this on? I know what I'm going to do it on. We're going to do it in my big McClendon journal. Have y'all seen this?
The big one.
Coming along. This is that blue woad paint watercolor. This book is from Walmart. It does take water fairly well. I've got a few wrinkles. Oops. I've got a few wrinkles, but not many. Takes the glue stick great. Off a little bit of, it looks like coffee, but it's not. That's a cream colored paint on a white paper. Kind of using travel theme. Look, see, here's a lady that looks like she's in a broken silvered mirror, and the silver on the back is falling off. So that's kind of the concept of the fresco thing. Except where it's cracked and pieces have fallen off, we'll get a drop shadow to show the dimension. Huh?
I like it.
This was printed on photo paper. It's an old Moroccan type doorway. And some of Robyn's printables, Patti, Tolley, Parrish. And here's another, just using pieces of printables. The printables are in my on my website, free until March 31st.
Then she comes after you.
All right, there you go. Oh, the online class that I have, the course that I have, if you have too much time on your hands, it's a perfect time to take it. So I'm offering a 30% discount off on that until April 30th. And I will have the code tonight, probably post it on YouTube like a post, because most of you come to me through YouTube. And God forbid I would do a blog post. You know, it's hard. I've done that. I've been there and done that. I started my blog in 2009.
And
it's just hard for me to, it's not, God knows I don't have any trouble finding something to talk about. But.
Well, it's different when you're writing. It's not as spontaneous when you write.
Yeah. But I wasn't even writing lately. All I was doing was, well, I mean, that's a lot. But I was doing, what color are you going to do? Think. I was redoing some blog posts I did when I was in art training, going to workshops and going to France and studying and all that stuff. So I was regurgitating those because the information never gets old.
Right.
So there you have that. Okay, we could do fresco paint, and we could do one of these. But I want to be able to see it on this first print. So let's do this one. And Oh, I got my 8-inch. That's not it. My 8-inch speedball plate. Remember that conversation from a couple weeks ago?
Mm.
And yeah, I have it right here, just using it along with the others. And I didn't know y'all were having problems with it.
Oh yeah, I hate mine.
Okay, what to do with it? There. Now this may dry too quick. It's so big. And I just brayer it off my jelly plate. And now what I'm going to do is spray it with a thin spray to keep it wet until I can get the book out. I'm going to lay it here, and then I'm going to close the book on it. And since I'm doing facing pages on this,
Lynn says hello. She's cooking and working.
Uh-oh, I did it back here, didn't I? Oh, well.
Say hello to Lynn.
Hi, Lynn. Okay, let's see what we got.
Holy
Oh,
moly.
oh, wow.
Ooh, you should have done it in gold.
I thought about it. Wow.
Do it again on gold on over the
Now, try your fun foam and see if the mark that it makes is similar to this.
Mm-hmm.
It's all modeled and you see the texture? Whoops.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In those solid areas.
Yep.
I'm thinking that's the main difference of whew,
Do a gold shadow print on that one.
oh, on the same one?
Yeah.
Okay. I can do that. How about some Dynamite? This is Pebeo Studio Acrylics, and it's called Dymo. D-Y-M-O, but I don't see that on here anywhere. It's iridescent gold.
Cool. Or even a one of those color shifts would look beautiful on
It
that.
would. It would.
Yeah. So many possibilities.
Oh, what about that dragon flash?
Ooh. But it's not going to show a print though. It's just going to show sparkly stuff.
Yeah. What is this? Oh, no, here's Dragon Flash. Look. Dragon Flash in the paint. It's not the case. Slow down. Nobody's going to take it away from you.
Slow down.
That's not half bad, guys.
It's gorgeous.
Why are y'all upside down?
It looks like wallpaper. The expensive wallpaper, not cheap. I'm not insulting you. The expensive wallpaper.
Oh, God, Vicki. Swear to God, I thought y'all were upside down. This is the painted page. This is the block.
Right. Jeez. We got it. We got it.
I did it.
Well.
I was born a blonde. We have so much fun around here. Just radio's like, I can't believe you just said that. What was it the other night? Oh, I said something about, horse leather. He said, horse leather? I went, yeah, the stuff that's used on the saddles and bridles and stuff. I couldn't think of the real.
Oh my God.
I'm real good at not knowing the real word. I mean, knowing it, but can't come up with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody. bit.ly. If you want to help my little pennies in my Amazon store. All right, now spray it. Give it a little bit of moisture. And we're going to do the same thing again because it won't line up perfectly. Just do that. Close the book.
Oopsie, I'm dropping things.
Okay, so free printables. I've got about, I don't know, 100 on there. Not that many, maybe 50. I'll let you exaggerate. Free printables till April 30th and 30% off Learn How to Paint class.
Are they your jelly prints, the printables, or what are they?
Some of them are. Some of them are like this.
Oh, cool.
See?
Mm-hmm.
You can either use it as it is or cut it up and use it in your own collage.
Right.
Oh, it overpowered the other one. It should have been a different color.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Sometimes I am. I'll admit it.
Well, then, damn it, I'm going to do the gold again.
Why not?
I'm pleased. I didn't think it was going to work or be something I would like.
See how cool and things come together?
Yep. It's a good thing since I bought a pack of 48.
Oh my God.
Well,
You never do anything small, do you?
you know why? Because if I ordered 12, I wouldn't use them. I would save them. They would be precious. Okay, spray a little bit of water. And now let's offset that just a little. Well, y'all saw me do it. Now get busy and make your own plates and tell me. What you cooking, Lynn? We had a hamburger for lunch. My man, he's just so into this cooking. He put them on little pretzel rolls that had the X in the roll, and he swabbed them with distilled water and put the salt on them. That was so good. They were just
cool.
I mean, I'd have been perfectly happy with a 20-cent hamburger.
Had he ever cooked before at all?
Who, me?
Him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's always been a cook?
Yeah. I did it for years. But then he got diabetic, so he decided he would take over. Actually, he's a fruit lover. And so I would go to the store, and then he would go to the store after me and buy what he wanted.
Oh, that's cool.
Good background. Now.
Like that.
Now, how now, brown cow? We'll put that up. Let's do I'm thinking it's a dangerous thing.
That's a good thing. Ooh, corned beef cabbage. My husband loves that. It's one of his favorite things.
What?
Corned beef cabbage.
Oh.
And potatoes.
Who said that?
Lynn's making that.
Oh, that's what we're having tonight.
Hey, man, that's no fair.
Great minds.
I think we're having leftovers.
Okay, I'm doing the golden iridescent bronze. And then I'm going to come back over it with, what are you doing? You're not using that. Now, I thought about how you're going to store these plates.
They're not heavy, are they? I mean, they can lay on top of each other.
You just don't want them to bend.
Right.
So yeah, on top of each other if they're dry. I'm just going to put this right in here. And it won't hurt anything if this is still wet. And then press. The purpose of Robyn's design team is to share each other's printables. So all of us will use Robyn's printables, and you can buy hers. They're free right now until 500 of them go away. I think it's 7 sheets or so, and then those will sell for $6.50 a month. And then you can play along with us.
Cool. I think I need to start doing that. I need to.
Oh my goodness.
Ta-da!
Look at this. I'm not going to put a second color on top of that. I love the, let me get the light. Look.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Old frescoes. Woo. All right, guys, we did it. And I can't even, there's a little bit of push through, but not much. I thought it would crumble, but it did not. All right. Now,
I know what you're going to be doing in the future.
Yeah, it's 5:15. I'm going to put this aside. We'll work on it Thursday. Right now, I'm going to pull this. This is the one I put some coffee in this morning, trying to get rid of it. Coffee on top of Distress Oxides. And yes, it is muddy and grungy, but that's what I wanted. And it toned down these colors. I particularly like this. So I'm going to go back here. It makes me no difference whatsoever what I work on. So unless I really get a hankering to do something different, I just take the next page.
Heaven forbid you get a hankering.
I'm a creature of habit. Don't make me think, Rosemary. I did pre-pick my picture. See it?
Yep.
Yep.
What's her name?
Eloise.
Eloise. She looks like an Eleanor.
Could be. I don't ever name mine. This is my Cassine palette, and I got to fix Eleanor where she doesn't get in my way. Put this over here. Make sure I don't kick my computer stand over.
Yeah, watch out.
Oh, wait, I used this thing the other day, and it worked really good. Cancel, dismiss, no. Y'all can't see it. Fixing to make a mess here.
I already beat you.
Don't you fall down. You're still wet. Stay up there. There, sort of. That's about as good as I can do, people. I guess I could pull back out a little bit. You don't need to see that much of her, just occasionally, and if you need it, let me know, and I will pull it over on top of the painting. How about that? Right. What did he do with the paintbrush? Got that one. We just had it. Yeah, and my kit I had to pay $50 entry fee for the, there it is, for the competition. Okay, now everybody get settled. Okay, here we go. $50 for the competition, which is what you usually pay for one. And then I got $150 worth of supplies, which is cool. All right. Hi, lady. Any questions? Casein, Casein, is an old painting medium that before oil painting. So it's old. I'm deciding how big I want her to be. Okay. I like to do I'm on a kick right now of eyes 1 inch. I'm also on a kick of flipping the picture, but I guess I won't. I like my light coming from here, and this one's coming from there. I don't think I can flip it in here. Hold my beer and watch this. I'm trying to get my pictures organized. Edit. I thought this kind of might be a okay. Done. There is a I'll get it out in a minute. Quit. You quit. There is a rule of thumb in painting that if a portrait's facing to your right, she's looking to the future. And if it's facing to the left, she's looking to the past. See, you learned something new today. And there she is. See? Now, the light's coming from here. It's called Rembrandt lighting. It's one light source on a face and nothing over on my right. Nothing, no light over here, which gives you this triangle of light on the opposing cheek. So that's very good lighting. Now, move that grid around. This is not a typical tic-tac-toe grid, but I can still use it to place my eye that I want to be in the hot spot here on my page. And roughly about like that. We don't have much. Let me check these others. Okay, so her face is about like that. Okay. Okay. Not for any reason. There is no reason. That looks good. Now, where did my grid go? Good type. Done. Back. There it is. That's close. Close enough for who it's for. Now, this is the only intersection that I'm going to use from this picture. Because I can get the others from, go away, cancel. I can get the other points from here. So if I go a third and I put her eye right here, which is going to be interesting because we've got this Patti, Tolley, Parrish thing right there. So I could put her eye kind of here. I could put it here. And that would mean that would come up here. 1, 2, pretty damn close. I'm going to put the eye right here on the point of this. I can get a new. In the old days, when I was doing this, it would take me half a day to figure this part out. Alrighty. So, whoa, what a mess. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't ever clean out a watercolor palette because these are all usable. So why throw it away? Trying to make everything stay up for you. Okay, her tilt of her face is just minimal. And I want that eye here. So that would kind of be my intersection. And then from eyeball to eyeball, there's just a wee bit of a tilt about right here. So there are my eyeballs. Now I can do this whole thing just from where the eyeballs are. And her eye is an inch or so. This is a real thin application of real thin application of stuff. I got that eye too close. Just paint over it. Paint. Is that the word you're looking for? Measure, measure. Measure, measure. And it's there. I've got it tilted up just a little bit too much. Right there. If you get this part correct, you're well on your way to getting it correct. I don't paint with drawing. Paint is with shapes. And, there, look at that mark right there. It looks just like a nose. Shape, this is what I'm talking about. See this pattern right here? Kind of looks like a 7. That's a shape.
Say hello to Gail.
Huh? Hey, Gail. So if I put a 7, now wait a minute, put our upper eyelid in first. Now we're going to do a 7. Okay. You with me?
I got it.
Yeah, Rosemary had a lesson.
No Frida eyebrows now.
Yeah, no, we're not going to give her a Frida. No Frida for you. All right, now double check what this is, just scratching it in. Okay, and then this. Remember I told you the 2 eye width, which is 1 eye here and 1 eye across the nose, from the eyebrows down to the bottom of the nose is the same measurement. So I'm close. Oh, come on.
Come on.
Once you've got your, I don't need the grid anymore, but I do want I want it, I don't want to see it. Come on.
Yes, Gail, it's me.
Rosemary's helping a little bit today. Okay, got to get her the same size, but see, I'm in good shape because I've got my scratch drawing done. So it's easy to come back and remeasure. This time I want the painting, the photograph to match my, oh, of course. I'm trying to get everything here so it won't fall off in the floor, or maybe that'll work. Okay, for a little while. All right, so I said that I had that just about right. So Now then, we've got that there. Coming up under this cheekbone, I'm doing the around that light spot for the a little bit of water. I'm doing around the cheek area now. And this comes just judging distance, eyeballing it. Okay, that's not gonna work. Put it over here. There. There. All right. I want to soften this a little bit because I don't want any hard lines around that. And so her cheek then comes down real close there. And the mouth. Okay, the mouth ends right out there. So why's everybody so quiet?
I'm quiet because I'm concentrating. You want me to be noisy? I can be noisy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what to be noisy about now.
And then this forehead comes this way.
I gotta find some ribbon. I gotta find some ribbon. Are you familiar with the Chinese paper cut? Wait, what's it called? Cut out? No, Chinese cut out. Wait a second, I forget what it's called now. But all that intricate cutting that they do with the
Yeah,
paper.
you showed it one night, remember?
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I got a hold of. Where did I put it? Anyway, I found a whole bunch. Where did I put it?
You found a whole bunch that you already had?
No. Hold everything. Oh, here it is. You know, you put something away so you don't mess it up and then you forget where did I put it? It is really, really beautiful. I'll show you one. Let me find this.
Well, here, let me put you on. I want to remove you. Chick from Studio No. How do I put you on?
Say what?
There you are.
Okay. it was sent with all this beautiful wallpaper. Hold on. This is the cardboard. And look at this. Whoops. Look how beautiful.
Wow. I'm telling you, the Chinese.
And these are all hand cut. These are old. These are all hand cut.
Wow.
I'm sure nowadays, you know, I mean, the ladies, they've all got their scanning cuts, but this is an art, you know, an art form. And it's just unbelievable. Let me see if I can take some of it out. Or is it sealed? I think it's sealed. Let me find one that's already open. Look at this one, Vicki.
Oh, cool. Now, those cut designs?
Yeah. See, Chinese folk paper cuts. These are from the 1930s.
Did you get them on?
Made in the People's Republic of China. Let me see. I'm gonna find. Excuse me. Okay, these are already open. I want to find one that was. Excuse me. Must be dust.
Macarona. Macarona.
There we go. Look at that.
Wow. How do they do that?
It's called art. Just so I look at your stuff. How do you do that? And then after it's cut, they go back and they paint it.
Wow.
I mean, it's just tissue paper. It's not even tissue paper. I think it's calligraphy paper. It feels just like it. And it has that, you know, that feel on one side and that other feel it, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's made from. Oops. Oh, and I love this bird. Look at this guy.
Holy cow.
Look at his headdress. His feathers on his head.
Wow. You got the little stamp. Oh, no, I guess that's grass over there behind him.
He's on a twig. There's another one of him. And then these are these little hens. Look at those colors.
Purple?
Yeah.
Royal purple.
Oops.
Alrighty, Dotty. I got her boxed in.
Oh, look at the fish.
Ooh, I love the fish. Wow. You need to photograph those printables.
There's another fish. There's a
Hey,
bunny.
what kind of oval things you wanted?
The what?
Oval cutouts?
The oval cutout.
You've already forgotten.
Probably. Look at that. And the words are cut out. That's not a stamp. Those are all cut out.
And they probably just used little scissors.
Yeah.
They didn't even have X-Acto on it.
I saw a little documentary of how they did it. It still looked unbelievable, and I was watching him do it. And then the orchid. This is really pretty, too.
Ooh, pretty. Cherry blossom or orchid? No, that is orchid.
That's an orchid. This is a hibiscus. Another beautiful bird. Look at that tail.
Wow. How long have you had these?
Oh, just like about a month.
Oh, okay. You just got them.
Yeah, I'm still in the glow.
Well, I know you won't be using those anytime.
No, you never know. Look at that. I like the round one too. But these big ones that are these ladies. And then this is look at this one. All the regalia. I don't know how. And this also, this right here, that's all cut out. I love her headdress. A little folded though. Now to get it back in, right?
Yeah.
And somewhere in here is a peacock. Is
Probably why you bought it in the first place.
Let me see. It's not there. Look at the dragon. Look how intricate that is.
Wow. Have I ever showed you the dragon that I did on 18-point needle point?
I don't think so.
18 count. I'll get it out in a minute.
Oh, there's the peacock.
18 count. It's a wall hanging, and it's 36 inches by 24. That was about the time I was getting bored with. So I kept making things harder and harder. And it's the only piece I have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that one happened to be down at the office. I know, sucks.
I love this old wallpaper.
Wait a minute, hold attention. Here.
This has a cool peacock on it too.
Oh yeah, some of that silk.
No, I don't think so. And then the tail, look how pretty. It feels like it's hand painted. It is hand painted.
I've got some silk scrolls that they paint on a lot.
Ooh. Oh yeah, uh-huh.
Oh no, probably 15 years I've had them.
Cool.
Haven't used them. I wasn't worthy.
Get your act together.
Any questions from anybody? Mary's on the move.
And I got some old industrial blueprints. They're going to go into that masculine
Ooh, cool.
kit. Look at those oldies but goodies. These are from 1920.
Cool.
And then I got some old stuff from This is from 1910, 1909. Then I got some old stuff, like I mentioned before, to the railroads. I think between all that, I'll make a nice little,
Yeah.
little masculine lean kit.
This girl would make a perfect model for my fresco. And I could enlarge her eyes a little bit, which is what they did then.
Mm-hmm.
And they did that to ward off evil spirits. It's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Something you don't hear me say too often.
Yeah, what's going on?
I know.
You got a problem?
No, actually, it's going pretty good over here.
That's what I mean. You got a problem? You don't say that.
No, usually I'm picking holes in it, looking for where I can improve it. Now, until this cures, it can be reworked. I love that that makes her a goddess, you know.
What does?
This symbol.
Oh,
A goddess.
excuse me.
Did anybody ever read Mists of Avalon? No.
Not me.
It's the best. Well, I read it years ago. It's about the time of Lancelot and Guinevere.
Oh.
When the women, it was a matriarchal society.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about the time that the church had figured out a way to take it from the women.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. In the Mists of Avalon, they had you had to cross through a mist to get to where they lived.
Mm-hmm.
Only certain people could do it. It was a good book. There were quite a few in the series. But that stuck with me still does stick with me. I can't remember my name, but I like that book.
You can put it on you so you can see what you're doing.
Oh.
They don't have to see what I'm doing.
Hi. And there you have it, sports fans. The first coat. I'm just using a wet wipe to soften. I don't want any hard edges at this point because they're difficult to get rid of.
And we don't want that.
No. And I think I've got her face tilted a little bit more, but well, not much. I'm pretty darn close.
You avoided the Frida look. Very good.
I did. Okay, I've got my 90-degree angle going on there. So, stay. Well, I have figured out that the paint stays a good long while in this palette. It's been over a week.
Wow. Now I'm going to ask a stupid question because I don't know what all that stuff is.
Yeah.
Is that permanent like acrylic and oil, or is it more like watercolor and it reactivates?
It's kind of a in between. It's movable like today with just like you would watercolor.
Mm-hmm.
But in a couple of days, if it dries down real good, it'll be more like I'll have to use some alcohol or ammonia, something like that to get it off.
Mm.
And ooh, I got muddy on me. Didn't want that. And then after it cures, like a couple of months maybe, it's rock hard. You know when they used milk paint on furniture and stuff?
Yeah.
That's it. Stays on there forever. You can't get rid of it.
Have you used that clay-based paint? It reactivates forever until you seal it. It blends really cool too.
Yeah, it's what some people call the perfect oil paint, but it's not. Doesn't have any oil in it.
No, I'm not referring to that at all.
What's the name of it? I forgot. Genesis.
Oh, no, this one, most people that use it, they're into furniture, furniture painting. I don't know if artists have gotten a hold of it yet, but it is the coolest paint. And it's all clay-based. If you look up clay-based paints, you can find recipes, but my goodness, you got to boil it and cook it and all kinds of stuff. So I don't think I'd ever try to make it myself, but it's really cool. And so you paint with it, and you just can spray some water on it or use some more of its own paint. And the pigment is really a lot of pigments on it. And so you can dilute it and everything. I don't know why the mixed media crowd hasn't jumped on it. Maybe I need to start the trend. I could repackage it.
Well, I know that the Genesis is made by Amico.
The what?
Amico.
Oh.
American Clay and stuff.
And you can dilute it like 1 to 7, and it's still an intense color.
I'll have to look that up, see if it's the same stuff. The only problem I had with the other is that they promote it as being like oil paint and non-toxic.
How can it be oil paint when it never?
That is what they used for their marketing.
Oh, that is weird.
But the bad thing was they encourage clean up and swishing your brush in an open container of mineral spirits, which makes it absolutely not
Oh
safe.
no, this is all water, water and soap cleanup. There's no nothing else. It's just it's just regular. It's just intense pigmented paint. It's not acrylic. It's not oil.
I'll try to remember to look it up.
Real paint made out of clay. No oils at all.
Not that y'all are interested, but what I did basically with the blue was give me a value study of her, the darks and lights on her face. So that now the hard work's done. All I have to do is just kind of fill in. Haha. And again, it's my choice where I want to leave this background pattern showing. Kind of stumbling this. Now remember before that it soaked into the, this is on canvas. This is a piece of canvas. So it's going to soak in because I don't think I had any sealer on top of it. And then I did that coffee and stuff on top. So it's going to soak in, but we'll get it. And this is going to be hard on my brushes using this. But that's why oil brushes are cheaper, because they don't last very long. No, really, they don't. If I'm doing one of my realistic portraits in oil, I'll use a watercolor brush, an inexpensive watercolor brush, to do the layers, and I can almost have to replace that brush after every 2 or 3 hour session.
Wow.
Because you're scrubbing it around on rough material. This is canvas, like I would be painting canvas board.
Makes sense.
And I'm almost getting enough moisture onto my brush by cleaning it with this wet wipe. I'm not getting too much because I don't want it to be transparent. Just imagine me laying on my back on a
Please get that vision out of my head.
on a some sort of a scaffold in the 1500s, painting like this on the Sistine Chapel ceiling. which is what this is. Painted into wet plaster.
Okay.
Or dry. I don't know.
I got my front and my back done. Now I just got to fill up the ephemera that I want to put in there, and I'm done.
All righty, daddy.
Yay, now the fun part. I'm going to have to go make supper.
Yeah, it's about time for me to quit. Randy will be knocking on the door.
I'm not a princess.
Never live all that down.
Some other time to cook. Yeah, we're just jealous. That's all. Enjoy it.
Take some water. Whew, that is some kind of red, baby. Some kind of red. Orange. It's because it's on top of the blue. Who all still with us? I said, who all still with us? Oh, still with us? There goes Gail. Hi, Gail. Still with us. Now, if I were doing this for serious, not in my journal, I would make sure that the surface was gessoed so that it would not do this sinking in, this absorption that it's doing. Slowly building up the form. I am pleased with how this is going.
Well, I'm pleased that you're pleased.
You just making all kinds of happy noises over there.
And I'm trying to be quiet. That's why I muted before.
You're not bothering me. It will sink, and then it will sink, and then all of a sudden it's not sinking anymore, and I'm getting that crusty goodness, like the texture of an old wall. Now, the other thing that I'm doing is taking some of my faces, and I'm making antique-looking stamps, vintage stamps out of them.
Oh, that will be really nice.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Very cool.
Let's see. Water. Water, water.
Hmm.
So you're having leftovers.
Yep. Do you know what you're having? Oh, you're having corned beef
Yeah.
cabbage, right?
Yeah, you can smell it?
Almost.
There, I killed a little bit of that orange. Mixing colors is different with whatever paint you're picking up. So you just keep adjusting it till you get it where you want it.
I love that undertone of that bluish purple, whatever color that was.
Isn't that pretty?
It's beautiful.
The blue and the orange are complementary colors,
Mm-hmm.
so they play off each other.
I just like the purple and gold. Yeah, it looks so pretty when you put purple and gold together, you know.
This is a very soft brush, which in oil you would use a different. But you would still want your first layers fairly smooth without texture. Beetlemus.
Hmm?
I said Beetlemus. I get into something like this and I don't want to quit. And see, I can sit and do this for hours. But
Randy hasn't called you yet?
no. He will, but I think I'm quitting for tonight. Anybody have any questions? Y'all want me to go on for a few more minutes? I can't. Oh, it's 6:13. I might be missing something on the news.
Oh dear. Don't worry, they'll repeat it again. They're on a loop.
Here's my 7.
Hey, I'd buy this if I hadn't made it.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Leave the merch in the store.
Yeah, I know.
Girl really could be my model for the fresco. I'm a little bit off right there. No biggie. All right, guys. I gotta quit. I'm
You need to quit.
yeah, I'm not doing myself any favors right now. Magello closed it up. Now let's pull this up. Come on now. Come on now. I know you're not dead because it just unplugged you. Yeah, maybe she is. Because it should last for more than 2.5 hours. Wasn't watching a movie or nothing. There it is.
Pretty colors. I really like that one, how it came out.
Now here she is. Let's do it this way. Come on. There. Take a picture, see how close I got to a likeness, which I'm not trying to do really.
Oh yeah, very cool.
Whoa! Hold them wild horses. Cousin's in the bucket. From the mouths of babes. That was Brandy's son. Look like a bull in a Chinese shop, Dad. Very creative kid. Moved to Mexico City because he's tired of politics.
He's in Mexico City?
Yep.
Doesn't he want to breathe?
Pretty good likeness, lady.
Yep. I like it.
Cool. All right, guys. See, I got tired all of a sudden. My button. Hit my button. That's like I do when I'm eating. I can eat down to 1 bite left, and if my button says you're full,
That's it.
Anymore. No, it's done. So here he is. I'm coming.
Party's over.
I'm coming.
Fun.
They were taking bets on when you were gonna come.
I'll take my plate, Randy.
Well, I got supper ready. I got corned beef, cabbage, and sauteed cabbage, and homemade mashed potatoes.
Oh,
It smells so good in here.
Red beer.
you can't eat the mashed potatoes.
Red beer.
Irish whiskey.
I could paint faces all day long. I guess it's a good thing. Okay. I am over and out.
Alrighty.
I had fun today. Let's look it up. Wait, let's look at these one more time. Can you believe that just turned out so pretty from that plate?
Mm-hmm.
I think I got pictures of that. I just like back on.
Very cool.
God, smell.
Shut up. I'm hungry.
All right, guys. Bye-bye. And I will see you on Thursday.
Goodbye.
Bye.